figuring it out. Like, we might not end up together.
So, okay.
But this is
how long you been in Santa Barbara?
Since yesterday.
Okay. So, have you been apart at all? Like, did you go out to get like a bite to eat and he stayed at the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if a guy stepped to you and approached you and asked for your number,
I'm not interested in seeing anybody else.
so you're not single then?
Okay. Well, if that's the baseline, but it's hard to, like today's standards of what's dating is like viewed.
If
like,
you
if you have
reject
a
a guy who you would otherwise be interested in, you're not single. I think.
But I also
just
kind of
think that's
have, and
actually
she taught me
genius. I
this
just made that
idea
up.
that like you're single until you're married, and I think that's a good point.
What? You're single until you're married?
Yeah.
A lot of women feel that way.
Stop. She belongs to the streets.
Yo, back to the streets you
But
go.
no, I only sleep with one person at a time.
Imagine a girl saying that shit. You've been dating her for 3 years. You're gonna propose. Oh, I'm single.
I'm single.
Fuck
Well,
outta
no,
here.
like
back to the streets. You
it's
go.
only been a few days, okay? So.
It's been 3 weeks.
But you just said until marriage
No, I didn't
single.
see him. Huh?
You just said until marriage single.
Oh my
Yeah, I don't
goodness.
think it'll be long. I think it's a real possibility, at least, that could be the result.
Was he dating you while you were a stripper?
Yes. Yeah.
How much was your retrial
He's a provider
lawyer?
too.
Okay, I mean that's not as. I suppose it's not as bad. You just reconnected and he's giving you thousands of dollars.
Well, but we had a very special connection, and since then have not been able. Like we both.
Special connection.
So he's like single 2 years after I broke up with him. And then I got married, and then he dated a girl for some years, and like we both realized like we were trying to.
Why did it end originally?
I wanted to move to Austin, and he was kind of anchored in the Dallas area. That's one reason. Also, I had a lot of growing to do. Like.
So you were a shithead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really was. It like, and we didn't but it wasn't.
Did he pay?
And did you at the time? Did you have any children?
No.
And now you have 2 children.
Yes.
And he has 0.
He has 0.
Is he
There's,
watching,
there's,
Is that
he
hard for you to conceptualize, Andrew?
Well,
he
I'm going to
watching the
explain
show?
I'm going to
Who knows?
explain this
Probably.
phenomenon, right? Well, no, I mean, I wasn't the ex of my wife.
5
Sorry,
minutes.
but
Okay, but you
anyway,
understand
so
taking
let
on
me explain.
stepkids.
Let me explain the phenomenon here. No, every single situation is different. I'm not beating up on somebody for being a stepfather, but this situation here is dated you, had no kids. Okay, you weren't good enough for me. Gone. Right? By your own admission, you weren't good enough. I'm gone. Then you end up with another guy, end up having his kids. Now suddenly guy number 2, who's the ex, is suddenly good enough for you. Just pointing this out, that this is a phenomenon which happens often.
It happens, but I'm telling you, it was always this guy for me. Like, it was not like, oh, I thought this guy would be better. It was, this isn't working. This guy's totally different. So maybe that's what I need, even though I'm crazy about you. This is just not good. And then I was like, just in all that time, we could not get each other off the other's
And you
mind, and it was
knew-
very mutual.
Does the new guy have resources?
Yeah, he does.
Wait, sorry, could you repeat that? The entire time, even while you were married to your
Yeah, I was
husband.
always in love with him. But you can be in love with someone and it not be
on.
healthy and not want to be with them.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
No, I don't
Hold
think
on.
you can.
I think you can.
No, I really don't think you can.
But I
I think
did it.
I think that anybody who would marry anybody who is in love with somebody else is.
Well, I don't think I
there's a
necessarily
problem.
always knew that I was
you didn't
still
know?
with him.
Wait, can we just not hold on? I'm sorry.
I'm good at turning things off.
I need you to repeat that because I don't want us to just glance over it because one more time. So this guy who's your ex, who you're now, he paid thousands of dollars for your retrial lawyer, used to date him while you were married to your husband. You were thinking of your ex
Yeah, often.
during sex?
No. Jesus Christ, no.
You probably were. You just
No.
don't wanna admit
I
it.
would tell you. I don't give a shit. No. Would I admit?
Just about how much you love this guy.
Wait, and did
It
you
took
date?
me a while to figure out. Like,
Did you date
Were you
other
talking
guys?
to him while you were married?
yes, but my husband knew, but it wasn't often. It was just like ever so often. Bro. Throughout the years, here and there.
Red pill, massive red pill. And had you dated, besides your ex-husband, had you dated other men?
Like in between my...
So like you broke up with your ex, were there other guys?
No.
So it was ex, husband, back with the ex, who you loved the entire duration of your marriage with the guy.
Yeah, so sort of. After I left my husband, the ex had a girlfriend. So I did like go on a few dates with one other guy. But when I saw my ex, I had to go get my fucking gun, or else we would not have ever probably seen each other again. But then, yeah, I was told the other guy, I was like, hey, you know, I'm not with my ex or anything, but I'm just going to let you know I can't be with you after seeing him, or anybody for that matter. So I called that off, and now we're just like seeing if we're just romanticizing nostalgia, or if it's like a genuine